guys, it's Megan, and today I am bringing you the most fun video I've ever brought you in my entire YouTube career. I made the ultimate early 2000s playlist, and I am here to share it with you guys and to reminisce about the good old days. And I just have been so nostalgic lately. I bought a bucket hat. Like, who am I? I bought these legit vintage 90s sunglasses off of Etsy, and I feel so sassy and fabulous every time I wear them, which is like every day. And I like did my hair like I used to. My mom braided it last night in like little braids, and then I took it out this morning, so it's like a little bit wavy and like crimped, and it is just like filling me with so much joy to listen to this old music. I've been watching all these like early 2000s movies, which I'll probably do a whole nother video on those because I have a lot of thoughts about those movies that I've been watching and just so many fun memories attached to them. And music was everything to me. Like, I've always really been into music, and now going back and reminiscing on all these songs and all the like times in my life when I listened to these songs is just so incredible to me. Like, I'm definitely having like Peter Pan syndrome right now, I think. Like, I do not want to grow up. I don't want to think about real world problems. I just want to enjoy like when I was younger and like remember those times. And wait, I do have a picture of myself from 2004 that I wanted to show you guys. I don't want to show like everyone in this picture, but that is me from 2004, and Rachel is down there being her cute ass self. I was in such an awkward phase in 2004. I had braces. I had like the little like oval sun or glasses. I always wore like Aeropostale polo shirts. It was just a time. But looking back, and I was just going to do a whole video on 2004 because I realized pretty much every album that I love from my like growing up years is from 2004. It's like 1999 and 2004 were the best years for music, in my opinion. Like, it was just all the hits, like so much amazing shit came out those years. And 2004, I was 12, and like I was going to turn 12 that year, and I was in middle school, and I didn't even really have like the best middle school years. But looking back, I'm like, oh my god, I'm so glad I like survived those years and got to the point I'm at now that I can look back and like laugh it all off and be like, oh my god, childhood is really tough when you're going through it. But like, there's just so many fun, amazing memories that I have, especially with music and just discovering my taste. And I have so many like favorite music that you'll see in the playlist, or you'll hear. It's like from emo music to like R&B, and it was just like such a fun time to like be a kid and to be discovering yourself. It was just really cool to reminisce through all of this. So I'm gonna go through like most of the playlist. It's a huge ass playlist. You guys will like never hear the same song twice unless you listen to it like over and over and over. But it is a monster of a playlist. Obviously, I had to wear my Britney Spears shirt, and I've been trying to dig out like old CDs and like DVDs and stuff from when I was a kid. So speaking of Britney Spears, I found this like DVD with music videos, and it says like cool stuff, trivia, slideshow, biography, behind the scenes, and it's like a DVD of her music videos, I guess. It has Baby One More Time, Sometimes, You Drive Me Crazy remix. So that I have to rewatch. I also found this from the NSYNC In the Mix, the official home DVD. Like, this is going to be so incredible. I am so glad I still have some of this stuff. Like, I can't find everything that I've been looking for, but at least I found some of this. Like, I would love to do like reaction videos on these because it's just the randomest shit ever. And I found the NSYNC Making the Tour, and I think this was, yes, the No Strings Attached tour. And oh, there's like a little booklet. Let's see what's in here. I wish I could find my old posters. Oh my god, look at Justin Timberlake. He was going through a rough time with his hair during those years. Oh my god. But yeah, I really wish I could find my posters, but I bet I probably threw them away like when I was switching up my room after I was so over NSYNC and Britney. And I could find 2 NSYNC CDs. This one doesn't have a cover, but this is their first CD with like Tearing Up My Heart, and this was from 1997, I think. It was before like the period of time that I did my playlist for. So my playlist starts with 1999 and goes until 2005. So I didn't do anything before 1999 and I didn't do anything after 2005. So this I'll definitely have to give a listen to. I found my NSYNC Celebrity CD that looks like a vinyl record kind of. So I love this one. I remember going to Kmart when the Celebrity CD came out and I got it, and there was like teenagers and stuff there, and I was like a kid, and it was like one of those experiences I just vividly remember, like super vividly to this day. Also, Hilary freaking Duff, still like, she is like peaking every year. Like, she is going to do the Lizzie McGuire reboot. I cannot wait for that. And this is the Metamorphosis All Access Pass. So this has the music videos of So Yesterday, Why Not, and I Can't Wait. And then there's behind the scenes performances and bonus features, including home movies. So I have got to watch this. And you know I put Hilary freaking Duff on this playlist. So in the description box below there is a link to the Spotify playlist that I made. Like I said, it's hardcore. It is a long playlist, and I would just love to scroll through this with you guys and just talk about some of these songs and artists with you guys, and I would love to hear like your memories in the comments below. I just really am so nostalgic right now, and I just want to hear like your attachment of these songs and like the time of your life that you listen to them. Like, when, let's start with at the beginning, I have Avril Lavigne, Skater Boy, and Complicated. Like, those were iconic when I was in 5th grade. That, I think Skater Boy won like best song in our yearbook in 5th grade, and that, like, I always remember stuff based on like my school year. So that was 5th grade. It is going to be so hard for me not to talk about every single song because they all are on here for like a specific reason, and I just love them all. Holla Back Girl, that song taught us all how to spell bananas. Like B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Like, it is just so iconic, and I just listen to that all the time. Vanessa Carlton. That music video where she's like on like a tractor trailer or something, and she's like going through the city but playing like a grand piano. So amazing. And as I've been re-listening to all these songs, like listening to the lyrics and also to like the quality of the singing, like her and Michelle Branch weren't really that good of singers, like no shade, but like they're not Christina Aguilera. Like, when I rediscovered Christina Aguilera, I was shook. I could not believe it when I listened to Beautiful for the first time in like well over a decade. I was like, how was Christina Aguilera not as like popular or whatever as Britney? Like, I adore Britney and she's definitely more like crazy, I guess, but Christina had vocals like next level. I just could not believe my ears. So definitely give Xtina another listen. Jesse McCartney, I did not realize this was like in my like freshman year of high school or like 8th grade, that time period, because I thought this was like when I was older. Beautiful Soul and Get Your Shine On, those are really good songs. Like, still, I think they hold up, and He's just so cute. Him and Aaron Carter, like, were kind of like doppelgangers, but Jesse McCartney, I definitely preferred a lot more. Hilary Duff, my queen. I adore her. So Yesterday and Come Clean are my favorites from Metamorphosis, but I would listen to that CD over and over and over again because we had the internet back then, but it wasn't like how it is today and how you can just have access to everything. So I always had CDs, and that was one of my favorites. And I actually, when I bought this bucket hat at Urban Outfitters, they had a record of Hilary Duff Metamorphosis. Like, they did not sell records back in the early 2000s when this was produced, so that is like a freshly produced record that I guess people like me are nostalgic enough to buy. I didn't buy it because I don't have a record player, but I just thought that was so interesting. And honestly, the like album artwork is pretty enough to have like as a record and like just use it as art or something. I don't know. Ashlee Simpson and Jessica Simpson. Whatever happened to them? Like, I guess I could look it up, but they were icons back then. Like, Jessica Simpson and Nick Lachey were everything, and the song With You by Jessica Simpson, oh my god, like, I can let my hair down, I can say anything, baby, like, yes, give it to me, Jessica. And Ashlee Simpson was definitely like living in her sister's like good girl blonde, like kind of ditzy shadow. And so when Ashlee Simpson like dyed her hair black and came out with this album with Piece of Me, it was just like, oh my god, it was so cool. I remember listening to that album. Oh my god, sorry, I have like my bucket hat is like pushing hair into my mouth. I remember like having my headphones in and listening on my iPod Shuffle or whatever. And I also vividly remember listening to this album when I was playing some computer game, and I can't remember what exactly it was. It's like I can picture it, but I don't know what it was, and it's maybe like Habbo Hotel or one of those types. But that CD I would play constantly while I was playing a certain video game, and I just can't remember what it was. 7th grade was my era of like Bowling for Soup, Simple Plan. I was obsessed with Simple Plan. I was so emo when I listened to them. Fall Out Boy, Good Charlotte, oh my god, the anthem, I have that on here. Panic at the Disco, like those types of groups I was super into starting in 7th grade. And I think that it's so interesting, especially watching like movies from the early 2000s, early mid 2000s, and realizing how like self-loathing and how just like over it all of the like teenagers were in that time period. It was like nothing was going right. Like Avril Lavigne was definitely like one of the first kind of emo people I listened to, but it just like escalated more and more throughout the 2000s. And it's been so funny like re-listening to this music and being like, damn, no wonder I was so like depressed, because all this music is so like down about your life and stuff. And it's just interesting. Like, it's really interesting, and probably it was too mature of music for me to be listening to at that age, but it definitely had a very big impact on me, and now I can listen to it and more so enjoy it without being like directly affected by it. Dirty Little Secret by American Rejects, All American Rejects, that is one of the best songs ever to me. Like, that song could do no wrong. I really love that one, and it was fun to rediscover it. Then I have like a chunk of NSYNC, so I have their No Strings Attached album, Bye Bye Bye, Do I Have to Say Anymore, It's Gonna Be Me, and This I Promise You, which, okay, if you got married in like the early 2000s, was This I Promise You your wedding song? Because it is beautiful. I was crying in my car listening to this, like imagining it at a wedding or something. It was so beautiful, and I'm nowhere near getting married, but I would probably put this in my wedding now that I rediscovered it, because JC, he was so underrated. Like, I know he was one of the stars, but Justin Timberlake definitely took over like the spotlight, especially as they like progressed in their CDs. But JC in This I Promise You, he deserves every award there is because it is so gorgeous. Like I said, I was sobbing. I can't reorganize this playlist for some reason, so it's like all sorts of whack. So just listen to it on shuffle. But I have some Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera. Like I said, ex-Tina. Holy shit, girl, she can sing. And Britney Spears, Oops, I Did It Again. I had that album cover, like a poster of it. I almost bought one on eBay this week because I am just like, I'm just beyond nostalgic right now. So I just want to relive anything like that I possibly can related to this time period. Ocean Avenue by Yellowcard, another like peak song to me. Like, it so holds up. It's still amazing. I would still listen to it over and over and over again. Maroon 5, back when they used to be amazing. Like, they're like a whole different band now. But back then when they did She Will Be Loved and This Love, oh my god. Sunday Morning, I did not put that on here, but I will. Oh my god, Hoobastank. To me, they're a one-hit wonder. They probably had a lot of songs, but The Reason... oh man, when I was in my emo phase, I would just listen to Hoobastank, The Reason, over and over and over again. It would be them and Breaking Benjamin. Oh my god, that was like all that same time period. Holy shit. I had to put in Bewitched, C'est La Vie. If you guys follow me on Instagram or you watch my vlogs, you know that when I was a kid, I like was so obsessed with C'est La Vie and I would dance to it like a little Irish step dancer. And literally these videos, like the home videos we have of me and my sister dancing to this song, are so happy it makes me sob. Like, I am so sad I will never get like such a like carefree moment back in my life. Like, it is just so weird to be like, that's me, but like this is also me. Like, it's so crazy, and literally when I watch it I'm like laughing because I'm so happy, but then I'm sobbing because I'm so sad and I miss like that kind of carefree life. And C'est La Vie by Bewitched is just so perfect. We have some Sierra music and featuring Missy Elliott, One Two Step and Lose Control. Those are two songs that I like. Lose Control I still listen to like in college, like really often. Okay, then I got into some songs that I completely forgot about, but that I'm just so thankful I rediscovered. He Loves You Not by Dream. Like, what even? This is like gold that I totally forgot about. I definitely had this song on a Hit Clips. Do you guys remember Hit Clips? They were like little like SD card kind of things on a keychain that you had this little device and you could listen to one song, and it was kind of like the thing before MP4 players or whatever. So MP3 players. Why did I say MP4? Beverly Hills by Weezer. Still freaking iconic. The Black Eyed Peas. I need them back. I need them back right now. My Humps, Pump It. And there's another one, Don't Funk With My Heart. Every day when I was on the bus going to 8th grade, me and one of my friends would like share a pair of headphones and sing these songs. Like, this kind of stuff brings me so much joy to listen to, and there is nothing like it. It was so good, and I swear they were ahead of their time. Ryan Cabrera was one of my like all-time favorites. This album where it's like the sunrise or whatever with On the Way Down, that was like the best song. But that whole album was so good. Like, I feel like that album would still, I don't know if it would still be taken seriously, but it would still be really good. He is just so like heartbroken and like emo about everything. It was so amazing. And when him and Ashley Simpson were together, oh, that was so perfect. Then I found JoJo's songs Leave, Get Out, and Too Little Too Late, but I don't know what really happened, but she only has like re-recordings of these songs in her like discography. I couldn't find the like originals, so I'm not sure if like there was some situation where like she couldn't like play the old versions, but the new versions aren't as good because she's trying to do different things with the song, but it's still the same vibe. But Get Out, Leave was just amazing. Okay, then I found some other really like random ass songs. It Happens Every Time by Dream Street. You have got to listen to this, you guys. I am positive you will remember it. I couldn't believe it when I rediscovered it. I was just like, ah, this is amazing. And then I rediscovered a band that I totally forgot about. The band is called Lilacs. Oh, this CD, you guys, I listened to over and over and over again. Them and Fifi Dobson. That was like the same time period for me. So Fifi Dobson was like my favorite artist for like a year. I almost saw her in concert, but like I was too young, so I would need a parent to go, and that was so lame. So I didn't see her, but I really regret that because she's not really doing performances anymore. But Fifi Dobson, wow, her music rocks. Like, I put a few songs on here, but I could have put her entire album, like her self-named album. That was such a good time period. Like, that was 2004 and everything was right in the world. Then I have Dare You to Move by Switchfoot and Be My Escape by Relient K, and I put those together because that was my first concert, and I actually didn't see my first concert until I was in high school. And so these two artists were on tour together. I really only cared about Relient K. I'll always love Be My Escape. It's so good. Like, all of Relient K's music I really enjoy, but Be My Escape is so good. Like, it's a religious song. They're like a Christian band, but you could also think of it as like a love song. So it's just so good. Then, oh my god, I discovered Tangled Up in Me by Sky Sweetnam, Perfect Day by Hoku, Just the Girl by Click 5, One Girl Revolution by Super Chick, Every Other Time by LFO. Like, there's so many incredible songs I totally forgot about. Dashboard Confessionals, one album, came out like during that time period. Hands Down is of course a must listen. I rediscovered Best of Me by The Starting Line. I have this song stuck in my head all the time now. It is fantastic. We have Jimmy Eat World, Sum 41, Fall Out Boy, Jack's Mannequin. Oh my god. I don't think I discovered Jack's Mannequin until maybe high school, but it did come out in like the mid 2000s. So Dark Blue, The Mixtape, and Bruised are definitely my favorites and probably the most famous from that album. And I still constantly listen to Jack's Mannequin. Like, that's a band that these songs at least are ones that I've listened to for a long time, even after they came out. I just think they're so good. Like, Dark Blue, Dark Blue, Dark Blue. Like, oh my god. Okay, Green Day, that was in my like punk emo phase in 7th grade. And Boulevard of Broken Dreams, I think, is the best one. The Killers, Mr. Brightside, and Somebody Told Me. The Killers were just recently in our area on tour, and I was so sad I didn't go, but I really haven't been going to a lot of concerts lately. But hearing Mr. Brightside in person is like one of my life goals, so I better pay attention next time they go on tour. But yeah, everyone knows Mr. Brightside, and it's definitely held up throughout the years. With Arms Wide Open by Creed, I don't know if everyone listened to that song back then, but it came out in the early 2000s. It was when I was still living in Kentucky, and I remember my neighbor's mom had the Creed CD, and so whenever we would be in her truck, like, that song would come on, and it's just like so emotional. Like, the singer just sings it so passionately, and it's like, with arms wide open, and it's like so funny, but so like, it's just very genuine. I love it. Then we have some songs by Shaggy, which I did not listen to until I was older, but Angel and It Wasn't Me are just classics. Then I had to put in Kanye West Gold Digger. That is definitely an iconic song from that time. We have Smooth by Santana featuring Rob Thomas. My parents, when I was growing up in elementary school, they always, well, my mom was always playing Santana, and this is the song that like I remember. I don't really remember any of his other music, but that is a phenomenal song. Then I have some more like emo phase songs. I have I'm Not Okay, I Promise by My Chemical Romance. This song brought back so many memories. I could not believe it, and that band was hella good. I miss them. And the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, I love them too. Like, I was obsessed with the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, that whole album. But the main song, Face Down, God, what a heart-wrenching song. Like, it is just so intense. And then we have some more fun songs. I have Float On by Modest Mouse, Take Me Out by Franz Ferdinand, Maps by Yeah Yeah Yeahs, Short Skirt Long Jacket by Cake. That song is amazing. I still listen to that song a lot. I didn't discover it until I was older, but it came out in the early 2000s, and if you were like 20 something when all those songs came out, oh my god, I bet you had like the best time at like concerts and clubs and stuff. Oh my god, so cool. Then I rediscovered Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield. That was an amazing song back then, but it is so much more like emotional to me now. Like, I was crying listening to this. It's like my story is yet to be written. Like, there's so much left in my life. So I love this song, and I just have like a newfound attachment to it. Then Kelly Clarkson, American Idol Queen. She had so many hits, like it was hard to pick, but I chose Miss Independent, Since You've Been Gone, and Behind These Hazel Eyes. More Fifi Dobson, Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy by Big and Rich. That song is hilarious. Blink-182, Feelin' This, and I Miss You. I saw Blink-182 in concert a few years ago, and it was phenomenal. Here It Goes Again by OK Go. Remember their music video where they were on like treadmills or whatever? That was so cool. I loved rediscovering that song. And Collide by Howie Day, that's another good one. Then we have Don't Ya by the Pussycat Dolls and Hot in Her by Nelly. Oh my god, when I was in elementary school in Kentucky, I remember being in my friend's mom's car, and it was like a friend I didn't hang out with a lot, and her mom was like a cool mom or something, and I remember she played Hot in Here in her car when we were like in like 2nd or 3rd grade, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm getting to listen to this song. Like, I felt so old and cool and mature. And finally, Shania Twain. Shania Twain was mostly, like, most of her hits came from the late 90s, like 1995, 1997. But her one CD, Up, came out in 2002. So there's 4 songs that I chose to put on here, even though I should have narrowed it down. I just couldn't. So I put Up, I'm Gonna Get You Good, which is honestly like a stalker song. I was listening to it this morning on my drive to work, and I was like, this is a creepy ass song. Like, I could not believe it. She's Not Just a Pretty Face. Again, I was sobbing. I could not even continue singing because I was crying and I was trying to drive. So this song, I am just so sad this song had to even be written, because it's like trying to prove that women are like equal and just as good. And it's like we're still trying to do that to this day and still try to be taken seriously to this day. So it was just making me really sad. It's a good song, really like powerful, but it was just so upsetting to me that it had to be written at all. And a song like this would never be written about a man, like, you know, so that shit just makes me upset. And then Forever and For Always is such a beautiful song. I think that's probably the best off of this album. So sweet and beautiful. Again, like a good wedding song. So that is all I have to say about my ultimate early 2000s playlist. I could have went on and on. This video is probably already 5,000 hours long, but if you listen to all of this nonsense, thank you so much. I just really wanted to sit down and chat with you guys about this because I've been loving reminiscing and just reliving my past and like my childhood. It's just been really making me happy and I don't ever want to stop. So that is it for today. I will definitely do a video on like the movies I've been watching because there are some really amazing ones and then some really stupid ones that I thought would be amazing but that really suck. So stay tuned for that. If you like this video and you love the early 2000s, give me a thumbs up if you're a 90s baby. And if you like my bucket hat, give me a thumbs up. But anyway, you guys, thanks so much for being here and I'll see you soon. Bye.